So, make your way into a comfortable meditation posture. And so as you make your way, just give your body a little bit of movement. So I like to give my shoulders a roll. I also have been really enjoying just turning my head side to side, feeling that movement in the neck. You might also like to move the head or neck in other ways. Might like to give the body a little wiggle or shake. And then come to a comfortable, stable meditation posture. And looking for a balance here between being relaxed and alert. Now check if there's anything you can do to make your posture even 1% more comfortable. Feel free to do that now. And then resolve to be relatively still, relatively quiet for the duration of this practice. And you're welcome here to close the eyes if that's comfortable for you, or you can keep them open, up to you. And beginning with an intention here. You might have your own intention of what you're working with in practice, the direction you're moving in. I'm going to also suggest an intention of fearlessness. To be without fear when facing internal experiences, when contacting whatever is arising for you. What would that mean to approach with fearlessness? Now I invite you to bring to mind a field of support. So bringing to mind any peers, Sangha members, teachers, historical figures, family, friends, anyone who has supported your practice. Just imagining them, bringing them into the space with you, sitting alongside you. And have the sense here that this field of support is always there for you. You don't do the practice alone. You have everything you need. Allow that feeling of support to settle into your body. Feeling that trust and confidence. Now we'll find a presence anchor. And so to do this, I'll invite you to scan through your sensory experience in the present moment. Noticing any sounds that you can hear. Hearing the sound of my voice. Hearing cars, traffic. Hearing electronic appliances. Letting the sounds come and go. And then noticing what's appearing in the visual field, even behind closed eyes. Seeing lightness, darkness. Might also be color, shape, pattern. Just noticing what you're taking in. And then noticing the sensations of the body. Feeling the sensations of being supported and being held by the chair or cushion, floor or bench. Noticing the feeling in the hands. And noticing the sensations of the breath. And then allowing your attention to move. Just briefly scanning through the sensations of the body. And then I'd like you to notice what sensation feels settling to you. And what sensation feels stable and grounding. And this might be the feeling of being supported, it might be the breath, or it might be something else for you for today. And when you find that stable, grounding, settling sensation, I invite you to just hang out with it. Tuning in to what that feels like. Feeling that sense of refuge. That this can be a safe place to hang out. And then just noticing this feeling of settling throughout the whole body. Allowing the body to relax. Allowing the mind to settle. Good. And so as we move forward from here, you can allow your presence anchor to just shift into the background. And you may find it helpful to come back to this later. You're also welcome to choose at any point to return back to your anchor. And now I'll invite you to bring forward an emotion. So we're looking for something on the spectrum of unpleasant, or what we'd normally call afflictive. And we're looking for an intensity that's not too strong, maybe 5 out of 10. So you might be looking at something like frustration, maybe tiredness, fatigue, perhaps anger, sadness, maybe if it's not too strong, you can even work with something like shame, guilt. And so here you can bring to mind a time, a situation when you felt this emotion. You might also notice that there's an emotion already present. It's right here. Notice that as you invite it to be felt, or you bring up a memory and visualize that time, that situation, you can bring the emotion forward and hold it in awareness. Noticing now the different sensations that make up this emotion. So even recalling a time of frustration, you might feel a sense of pressure in the head, tightness across the shoulders or in the belly. Noticing in the body where you feel this emotion as sensation. Particularly noticing this central line, the head, throat, chest and belly. Noticing where that feels heavy or light, feels tight or open. Noticing if there's temperature, pressure, and holding this within awareness. Now, as you bring this emotion forward, allow it to be here. Let's check to make sure we can be with this. So you can ask yourself now, can I be with this? Can I be with this exactly as it is without needing to change it? If you get back a certain no, then return back to your presence anchor, letting go of the emotion and stabilizing on something that feels grounding. If you get a maybe back, then see what's possible. Even asking that question sometimes opens up more capacity to be with. Can I be with this? Now, I invite you to search, to look directly into the experience of that emotion, and to try and find the core. Look to see if there is a solid core of the emotion. Look to see if there is anything that is substantial, anything that's inherently existing. Search through the sensations of the body. And you'll eventually come to notice that there is no solid core. It's unfindable. What you can observe are changing emotions, changing sensations that make up the emotion. And you can also search the thoughts associated with the emotion. Is there anything core, solid, inherently existing? You'll come to see that while thoughts often propel the emotion, keep it moving forward, the thoughts themselves are changing. They come and go. Mental elaboration. And see for yourself that there is no solid, substantial core to the emotion. And then look for the self that feels the emotion. There must be a self, a feeling self, in order to feel an emotion. Look for this self. Scanning through the body sensations, scanning through the thoughts, noticing where you feel density, where it feels like observation is coming from. And just noticing that density is also a sensation. Thoughts are sensation, coming and going. The feeling in the body, also sensation. Eventually you'll find that the self that feels the emotion is insubstantial. It's vividly appearing, yet insubstantial. And notice here if through doing this practice there's more capacity to be with the emotion. You might sense a space opening up, or a sense of lightness, openness. Your experience may feel a little more wispy or ephemeral, flowing. And when this practice takes hold, there's the capacity to be with the emotion in such a way that it transforms. Through seeing that the emotion is insubstantial, you can be with it more fully. And then it can shift. This is the crucible, the forge, allowing transformation to happen. And as you stay with the feeling and allow it to shift, you might notice that it fades or disappears. You might also notice that it shifts into joy, lightness, happiness. And you might also notice that it transforms into a clearer version of that emotion. You might find that anger transforms into a strength, a solidity, the ability to set boundaries. You might notice that sadness transforms into a poignancy, an appreciation, tenderness. You might find that frustration turns to clarity, crystal clear. Tiredness can become a sense of moving into rest, restoration. And you may even find that shame or guilt transform into integrity, alignment with your values. Staying with your present moment experience and noticing how things shift and change. Noticing how being with in these different ways enables these shifts to happen.